Hello and welcome to the next part of my Castlevania Circle of the Moon walkthrough. As you'll see, I recorded getting the Uranus card and here it is. Took me quite a few goes. So we're starting from where we left off. But now we have the Uranus card and we have the Thunderbird card. And that gives us a nuclear option. Come through here, activate it, and do this. Basically, that kills everything on the screen and a little bit off the screen. Very useful. I'm going to try not to overly rely on it. Certainly when you go through the last area, that's so difficult. There's some really difficult enemies that I'll probably use it on a few times. So we need to get out of here. And today, there's going to be a lot of block pushing. We've got our strength rings back on, we've got our rainbow robe back on. Those strength rings are making a massive difference. Back up this bit. The good thing about retreading old areas is, because you're a bit stronger, you can get through them quicker and you're more likely to get item drops as well, so you can always pick up the odd potion or something like that. We're going to go straight for the next area. I quite like this area, it's one of my favourites in the game. The boss isn't too hard, easier than the last boss. It's tempting fate, might die. We might as well save. Always save when you have a chance. Yeah, I know, save that a lot. And we're going to go back to where we got the cross in the first part of the game. But instead of going left, we'll kind of double back on ourselves. Still find it hard to talk while I'm playing. And we can now push this block. I might cheat and use the fast forward button a bit. The underground warehouse. I guess with a name like Warehouse, you're going to think there's going to be a lot of blocks in this. Maybe I won't use the fast forward button, it's dangerous. So there's a lot of kind of block related puzzles in this area. They start off easy. And they get harder and harder. The moths are back, you can still be poisoned. And there's quite a lot of thunder armors in this area too. Now there's a new enemy that can be a real pain. I hated these on my first walkthrough, the Poltergeist. The table is the main body, but You can kill the other parts too with the poltergeist. Save when you can. And the poltergeist will kind of fling parts of itself at you, which is really annoying. So yeah, you saw it there. Quite a clever bit in one of these rooms. It's not there, but to get to the secret area, you need to... that now. Move this across. Yeah, to get to the secret area, you need to jump off a block before you move it. I think it's coming up soon. We did gain quite a few levels while I was farming the Uranus card. Now, going for that heart, it's quite convoluted. And hopefully I will have recorded the sound this time. Later in the game, they really make you work for your power-ups. Now we've got to push this block all the way to the bottom. Use fast forward a bit. Save it from being too boring for all you people watching. You need to break that, but not push that before you drop the next one. Like with a lot of the areas, these areas do change. So once you've solved the puzzle, it stays solved, but more enemies appear. Those things are horrible. We might resort to the nuke on them. In fact, I'm going to resort to the nuke on them. Oh, there's a hidden area up here first. Poltergeist. More hearts. So what you do is you push these blocks out. Now with these guys, let's nuke them. You can find them if they want, they're not too hard, but it's just not worth it. Picked up a potion. Right, this bit's quite hard because you've got to kill him and then go again. This secret area is quite cool. So those grizzlies. That's in the next bit. The enemy here does change later in the game. I think it's probably after the next boss. I don't like those flying things. Another good nuke option. Alright, 5 hits for them. I don't want to get too close to them. Quite hard. I think this is the last one. I've got to come back through here too. Didn't want to use a cross there, but why not? Let's get rid of some of the moths, because they can be a real pain. Push this over. That one. I'm going to need to break all the ones down the one. If you mess up with one of these puzzles, the easiest thing is just to go out the room and come back in again. I like this room. It's just like there, it's kind of filler, but I don't know, it looks cool. There's no enemies, there's nothing to do, there's no secrets. Can't whip the roof or anything to find anything. But I always thought, why was that there when I first played the game? Nuke. Get him from below. No. Oops. They hit quite hard too. Now when we come into this next room, it's full of those holy armors again. Come to here, and you can get rid of most of the stuff in the room. I know I said I wasn't going to rely on it too much, but sometimes you just think it's more trouble than it's worth. He got me. So there is another, in that room at the end of this bit, there is another power up, but we can't get it yet. But we'll come back around and collect all the power-ups later. Got quite a few things running. The emulator's getting a bit of slowdown at the moment. I'm going to have to move this over first. I think you can kind of cheese this one if you do it right. Nothing up there. Back to the lovely poltergeists. New enemy in this room too. Those you want to bait their attack. The best thing to do is get quite close to them and duck, because then they can't hit you. They also drop rainbow robes. So this is the save point before the boss. Give me a look. What do we want for the boss? I think I'm going to go with defense up again. No, I'm not. Not for this boss. This boss has... Now, we'll go with our icy balls for this boss. Didn't want to do that. In fact, I'm going to go and save. I don't want to take any damage before the boss. He has two forms, this boss, and his first form's the worst. No point fighting him. Yeah, those sickles that kind of fly across the screen are a pain. But of course, we'll use our old tactic of throwing crosses at the guy. If we can get him out of this form, we've pretty much done it. His second form is absolutely no trouble at all. Ah, there we go. Come into the middle of the room so you've got a bit of room when he appears, and spam him with crosses. The only thing to watch out for here is sometimes he'll lift up, and when he does, when he drops down, he'll do some damage, but we never even got that. And we get a couple of levels. Put our nuke back on. We will be needing that later. That's the cleansing I mentioned last time. These things take a lot of hits, and halfway through it'll fall down. Actually, one thing you can do now, because it won't turn around, is just do this. Have a sip of tea. I'm not going to go back to the save point, don't think there's any point. Get me nuke ready. You can fight them if you want. Actually, I think as we're low on hearts, let's go for the double heart combo. You're annoying me. 9-2, that's actually quite a good bit of armour. I'll have a look at it in a minute. And now we slide through here and come out right near the start. And I think I'm going to replenish my hearts here. Now there is another one of those candles I think has appeared now. I'll check. As you can see, the enemies have changed, which is why I want my nuke. That core combination does make a big difference. So maximum hearts. Nearly there. 3 more. Right. Nuke back on. Now that we've cleared all this out though, we don't need to go back anywhere else, but I will show you where another candle has appeared, which you can farm for the Pluto card. The Pluto card's quite good. I mentioned the bearing last time, and the Pluto card is the one that you use to get that. And it's up in this boss area. But not yet. Must be after the next boss. For this walkthrough, I'm not going to come back and get rid though anyway. Now I mentioned a high risk farming technique that we can probably do here now. So yeah, I think if you stand under here, these guys will drop. Obviously you can fast forward it and get them to drop loads, and as you can see they drop hearts. So you can just leave it running here, and while you're farming XP you're also farming hearts. And when you get to the battle arena, you're basically using your cross all of the time. See if I can do this the cheaty quick way. Yeah, I'm not sure the developers wanted you to be able to do that. Yeah, so farming up your... I guess that's more leeching than farming. You know what? That's the next area we go into. I'm going to save and we'll call it a day. But yeah, that'll leech you both XP and hearts, which as I say are really useful in the battle arena because you're using your sub-weapon just all of the time. But until next time, happy gaming!